So nice to meet you. I am Ruchika. I'm Shobika's elder sister, and we are the co-founders of Wings of Angels. I'm currently based in London, and Shobika is still in Dubai. We've obviously Wings of Angels has got wings because of Alain Farms and the support that you've provided us in terms of making our vision of developing an app to help the diversity and inclusion of people with disabilities come true. So, firstly, thank you for that. And we just wanted to use this opportunity to ask you a few questions about your views on diversity and inclusion and the work, of course, that Alain Farms has been doing so that we can recognize this publicly. That's pretty much about me. So I'll mute myself, I'll go off camera, and then I'll hand it over to Shobika to introduce herself as well.
Hi, my name is Shubika Kalra, and I'm the co-founder of Wings of Angels. Wings of Angels is a social initiative that aims to make Dubai and then the whole world wheelchair friendly. We've currently built over 1,000 wheelchair ramps in Dubai as of now, and we are soon going to launch an app to empower and enable people of determination with cognitive impairments, mobility impairments, visual impairment, and hearing impairment. And it will even have an events and services section. And it will even help to connect them with the right career opportunities to our app. And I'm very excited to interview our guest speaker for today, the CEO of Alain Farm. So I have Mr. Williams with me, the CEO of Alain Farm. Mr. Williams, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, one or two lines will be difficult. My name is Willem van Waldmeijer. I am originally from the Netherlands. I have a background in the food industry in several parts of the world, in developing and more developed countries, worked in Europe, North America, but also in East Asia, Indonesia, and recently in Vietnam, before I came here to UAE. And talking about my personal driver here to go around, and that has been founded a long, long time ago, is that for me, it gives a lot of job satisfaction to share and maybe teach a little bit or coach, whatever you want to call it, things I've learned over the years with people around me, and then in that way organize and do our business in such a way that we bring the results we all hope for. So that is where my satisfaction is in the end in the development of individuals and certainly also of a team. Alain Farms feels very privileged to be in a position to contribute to the app of Wings of Angels, and especially that the app is connecting people. So bringing in fact the opportunity to the person where it would work best for in this world. And that is not to be underestimated, because if we can connect, we can then later enjoy the job we're doing in this field. Because there's a very personal view on things, is that inclusion of everybody is very important for cohesion of society in general. And in principle, we go our way and nobody can be left behind. There is no way that is so. Now, is the culture I come from, because I come from another part of the world, is that we talk a lot about equal opportunities. And in those equal opportunities is for some people, of course, will mean something else as others. So in that respect, to develop people to the best of what they can contribute is not only good for them, but it's also good for us as what our role is in society and in general for society, because as I said earlier, we cannot leave anyone one behind. That's why we do that. And a company can we talk, you hear companies talking about all sorts of exciting things, and you also hear them talk about financials. But the background I'm from, and I feel very strong about it, is that a company cannot only take from society, a company has to give to society. Why? Because otherwise the company itself will not survive. So it's a very selfish reason in a funny way as well, because if you lose track of that, a company could become completely irrelevant. And therefore, things like you're doing, we are very much supportive for, and especially if I understand the app which has been developed and communication in general. A company like us and Milana, as my colleague, as brand development director, she's a specialist in communication. Now, if we can add to organizations like yourselves by bringing things between brackets we are good at, we think, we hope to anyway, then that can bring value. And I've done this before in other countries where we use the skills and competencies of a business to help the organization develop, because it's not only about money, is to have the effectiveness of what you do, to increase that by, for example, efficient and certainly more effective communication can boost enormously your success. So that's why we do that.
And sounds so socially responsible. Thank you for your point of view. And I would even like to know, like, what steps do you think the corporates can, do help and support for the inclusion of people of determination?
Well, the inclusion of people is at our company. I don't think it's a sort of very aware policy, but where we have the opportunity, and that can be many things. There can be cultural angles, there can be disability angles, there can be even for local people opportunities. So if we are in our company a reflection of society in that way, we think we will be more connected with society and therefore do the things. And our expressions are obviously in products, but in food in this case. But a food product brings, in the end, health, nutrition, and enjoyment. So you have to be in touch with that. And if you're too far on your own, you cannot deliver that. So that is what that diversity then brings back.
Thank you so much. And I would even like to know, what are the steps Angelz Farms is taking for the inclusion of people of determination?
Well, first of all, to have an open mind to that, and the thing which I again personally feel strong about is that is not to figure out what we cannot do, but to figure out what people are good at, and to take that to social responsibility, to give opportunities based on what people can do. And if you are, I think it's not only creativity, but if you want it, you will be able to do it.